Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to the Football Overseas YouTube channel, and welcome to another round of English Championship predictions. We're up to game week 20 this midweek, and we've got games across Tuesday evening and Wednesday evening, 8 on Tuesday and 4 on Wednesday. I think just before we get into all of that, I think this channel has been doing, and I just need to make reference to this as well on this clip, because it's a championship clip, and I'm going to just mention the sad news that the Charlton Athletic fan who passed away at the ground on Saturday in the match against Portsmouth. The match, as some of you will, or probably all of you will have realised, was cancelled, abandoned in the 12th minute because of this medical emergency. And it transpired that, unfortunately, despite the efforts of the services there, and the medical services, the fan did sadly die and pass away. And he was an iconic Charlton fan. It's transpired. I've been reading about it over the weekend. I think most people will have seen something about it. 35 years a season ticket holder. Head to toe, if you see pictures of him, he's head to toe in Charlton merchandise on a match day, and probably every other day. He's one of those iconic fans that every club probably has, and certainly Charlton will miss his presence, as everybody around him, I'm sure, who sat with him, nearby him, all of that, saw him at away games. And first and foremost, of course, his family and friends must be devastated by the news or by what happened. So I just thought being a championship clip, and a championship match was affected, or it happened at a championship match, then I just thought it needs to be just mentioned here at the start of today's clip. I suppose the one crumb of comfort everybody can take on it, including Charlton fans, his family and friends, was that he was absolutely where he would want to be if something like that happened. He couldn't have probably written it if he was asked to be where he would like to be. If something was going to happen like that, I'm sure he would have said at the Valley. So 35 years a season ticket holder, and indeed he was only last summer presented by Nathan Jones for Supporter of the Year last year. So he was well recognised, well supported, well represented, and everybody who goes to Charlton will know him on a regular basis, and there's been floods of tributes pouring in from other clubs as well, particularly London clubs, particularly London Championship clubs, from QPR and Millwall. And I know the Football Overseas channel has also respected his passing as well over the weekend. So it was just starting off on that note. I think it was the right thing to do. We also had a second match. So life goes on and football goes on, and he was affectionately known, as I say, as Headphone Norm. And Headphone Norm would not want anything else other than football to go on. I'm sure he was a total 100% football man. We had another abandonment as well on Saturday at Blackburn, not for the first time this season, for a waterlogged pitch. And again, ironically, Blackburn were leading 1-0, as they were against Ipswich when it happened. There was a lot of heavy rain in the northwest on Saturday, as there was in a lot of places. And Blackburn had to unfortunately, their match got abandoned as well. So 2 matches abandoned for 2 very, very different reasons. So we had a lesser spotted event as well, with Coventry losing away at Ipswich, and not just losing quite comfortably, but I think that perhaps the scoreline sort of flattered Ipswich a little bit, who they lost to 3-0. But nevertheless, the defeat for Coventry, and I just felt, that they'd been conceding goals in matches, getting out of trouble. And you just felt it was going to be a case where if they kept going behind in games, they weren't going to, one match, it wasn't going to happen that they recover. And this was the match against a good Ipswich side who are moving well at the moment. So they went down, so they're still top, but their lead has been clipped to 7, as Middlesbrough had a good win as well. The top 6 is the usual suspects vying for position: Millwall, Preston, Stoke, Bristol City, Birmingham, Hull, all QPR now as well, all sort of battling for those places, taking points off each other, as we'll see as we go through. Down at the bottom, it's Sheffield Wednesday, we know. Norwich flirted with another away win, but in the end went down 3-2 to Watford. And of course, Portsmouth didn't complete their match, as we've said. So, not a lot of change at the bottom. Not a lot of change at the top, because Coventry and Middlesbrough are still there in the top two. So what have we got this midweek then? So yes, rest in peace, Headphones Norm. I'm sure Charlton will sort of grace their presence on the field this week, and certainly think of you during this next match. So here we go then with the fixtures. On Tuesday evening, the first up, it's Blackburn at home. Hopefully they've dried out. And they're taking on Oxford. So they'll want probably to play that match because it's a big one down towards the bottom. They can really put some breathing space between themselves and Oxford if they were to win this match. So I'm going to take them to do just that. Oxford went down slightly meekly to Swansea 2-0. So I'm going to take Blackburn to take the honours here. Blackburn 2, Oxford United 0. Then we have Charlton, who are home again Tuesday. I think it seems to be all those that were home at the weekend are home again on this Tuesday fixtures. That's the way it's fallen. So Charlton are home again to Middlesbrough. That's a tough one for them. I think Middlesbrough just showing signs now that they're putting their foot down again, having had a 4-1 win at Hull on Friday night. 4-0 up at half-time, as I recall. Watched a bit of that. They were just simply very good. And Charlton, obviously, no fixture. So I'm going to take Middlesbrough to carry on their good work in this little mini window of 3 games. I'm going to go Charlton 1, Middlesbrough 2. Preston North End against Coventry. As I say, Coventry were licking their wounds a little bit after their 3-0 defeat at Ipswich. Frank was quite philosophical, though. I saw Frank Lampard. I saw him after the match. I saw him after the match. I saw his interview after the match. Me and Frank aren't on that sort of terms. And he was quite philosophical, almost like what I was saying. It was due to happen if you've just got to. You can't keep going behind in matches. Anyway, I think Preston, difficult as we know to play against, had a 1-1 draw against Wrexham. I think it'll be a rinse and repeat of that. Preston North End 1, Coventry 1. Sheffield United and Norwich next up. Now, Sheffield United had a brilliant, excellent 4-0 win over promotion hopeful Stoke. And Sheffield United, yes, now clicking a little bit under Chris Wilder's return. Norwich, as I say, flirted with a win at Watford, but in the end went down. I think they'll go down again. I think just Sheffield United now have got the win between their sails and are flying along. So I'm going to take them to win, not narrowly, but they'll take the points, I think. Sheffield United 2, Norwich City 1. Southampton against West Bromwich Albion. Southampton, yes, they beat Birmingham. I was thinking another Birmingham side. I was confused for a few seconds there. Yes, Southampton beat Birmingham 3-1. Can they do the Birmingham double then? Let's get that out there against West Brom. I think they will. I think it'll be a rinse and repeat of the same scoreline. West Bromwich Albion went down at QPR, but QPR you just never know. So I'm going to take Southampton to continue their good form under their temporary man, but he's been temporary a long time now, Toda Eckert. So I'm going to go Southampton 3, West Bromwich Albion 1. Now Swansea against Portsmouth, really another big game. Portsmouth obviously had no game on Saturday, as we said. So they will now be going to Swansea with really needing to get the points here. And Swansea will see it as a real chance to put 6 points between them and the third from bottom place team. To follow up their good 2-0 home win on Saturday against Oxford, I think they'll do the same again. I think they will just be too much for Portsmouth on the night. Swansea City 2, Portsmouth 0. Watford and Sheffield Wednesday. As I say, Sheffield Wednesday had the abandonment of Blackburn. Watford had a narrow 5-goal thriller win, if you like, over Norwich. Going behind twice as well, so they did well to come back twice. I think there'll be a little bit more calmer waters in this one, and we'll go Watford 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Queen's Park Rangers and Birmingham City. Queen's Park Rangers It's odd, isn't it? They've got the Birmingham double as well, if you like. Queen's Park Rangers beat West Bromwich Albion 3-1. I don't think it's going to be a repeat of that, though, on Tuesday night. It's the main Sky match. It's 8 o'clock kickoff. I think QPR will go under against Birmingham, will go down to Birmingham, and it'll be an away win. So I'm going to go Queen's Park Rangers 1, Birmingham City 3. Takes us on to Wednesday the 10th, the evening. We've got Bristol City, who went down to Millwall. Bit of a smash and grab by Millwall, I think. Bristol City had a lot of possession, a lot of forward play, but they just haven't got the forwards to convert these chances regularly enough, and that's going to be their nemesis, I think, as the season goes on. It's been their nemesis for a long time. I won't dwell on that today. It's for another story, another night, another clip. But Leicester City starting to look good. 3-1 win over Derby away. I don't think Bristol City will sort of stop them in their tracks either. I'm going to go for another away win here. Bristol City's woes to continue in this little window. Bristol City 1, Leicester City 2. There was also a mass brawl at Ashton Gate at the end. A mass melee, let's call it that. Punches were thrown, etc., and pushing and shoving, and goodness knows what else, over the managers not shaking hands or something. All lost on me a little bit, but yes, it was a bit of an unsavoury end at Ashton Gate. Anyway, calmer waters, I'm sure, on Wednesday, but away win for Leicester. Derby and the said Millwall. This will be a toughie. Derby went down 3-1 to Leicester. Millwall on the back of their good win down at Ashton Gate. I think given those two forces coming together, we'll have a draw here. So I'm going to go Derby County 1, Millwall 1. 2 to go, Ipswich Town versus Stoke City. Stoke City, after their big bump against Sheffield United, will want to recover. Ipswich looking a little bit now like more of an oiled machine that they wanted to start the season with, really. But they're just finding their feet now, for sure, at this level. In 4th place now, and they've really shot up the table in recent weeks. And I think they will beat Stoke as well, which is a big game for them, because that will push them 4 points clear of Stoke. But it'll be a narrower win than they had on Saturday, I think. Ipswich 2, Stoke City 1. Brings us to the final game on Wednesday of this week, on Wednesday night. It's Hull City against Wrexham. Hull City had a sort of a poor defeat at home to Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough winning is not, but 4-1 is a 4-0 down at half time. Then the game is done. And Wrexham drew at Preston. I think again Hull will want to steady the ship, and Wrexham will want to continue their good form of late. But I think that will end also in a draw. So Hull City 1, Wrexham 1 is my final prediction for this week. Yes, there we go. So midweek madness once again in the Championship. Game 2 of this 3-week run. We come back again for Friday night and Saturday and the weekend. So good luck to all the teams playing. Let's hope we get all the 12 games completed this time around. We shall see. The weather is unpredictable this time. There is a lot of rain around tomorrow. I have heard there's another storm been named to hit the UK, so we shall keep our eyes open for all of that. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy. Please enjoy your week, enjoy your footballing week in particular. And again, please like and subscribe and leave comments about your team or whatever in the comment section on this clip. I will always reply, and some of the FO, Football Overseas guys will also reply as well if they spot one. So please interact if you wish to. It's all a bit of fun. By and large, we're all serious about our teams. We're all fans. And just one last word for Headphones Norm, who went out on Saturday to support his team and didn't return home, and that's very sad. So we start and finish with him. I think that's the right thing to do. And I will see you again at the weekend. Bye for now.